it came down to the last two picks, and it was between Houston and Detroit.
Yes.
And when I tell you, I was standing next to Jalen Rose, who is one of Detroit's finest.
Yes.
When Detroit got the first pick, all I know is I turn around, Jalen Rose is then gone, and he's at the bar and bought 50 shots for all Phoenix Suns fans. He was in that kind of celebratory mood. And it was incredible to see an organization. I mean, when you just think about the history of Detroit just struggling for so long, Dwayne Casey and company, it's just the fact that they got number one pick, they're going to get Cade Cunningham, who's an absolute star. He's a bona fide first pick in the draft, played for Oklahoma State. The kid can score from anywhere on the floor. The comparisons to likes of Jason Tatum and things of that sort with the style in which he plays. But they're going to get an absolute star.
Well, it's their first. How about this for the Pistons? It's been a long time, right? And we all know about the Darko Milicic pick, where they had a chance to get Melo in 2003. That didn't happen. But they haven't had a number one pick since 1970. Think about that. Bob Lanier out of St. Bonaventure. Whoa, stand up. So, for the Pistons, yeah, I mean, it's a franchise for them. Now, they have been, a wayward franchise now for too long after having a great run in the first decade of this century. They were wonderful. From 2000 on, they were great during that part of that decade. But in this decade, no, not so much. So for them, they get the number one pick. The Rockets end with number two. They were really bad last year as well. How about the Cleveland Cavaliers? I mean, they just always seem to be another top three pick. I mean,
even when they had LeBron, it was like, they
keep getting these picks. Yeah, amazing. Raptors get 4. That'll be great for them as they get to actually play home again, and we'll see what kind of impact that has. They don't have to be in Tampa anymore. Orlando Magic get 5. OKC gets 6. Warriors get that pick from the Timberwolves. So the Warriors are going to have a top 10 pick. They're going to pick 7th. Magic from the Bulls, it's 8th. Kings get the 9th pick, and the Pelicans get the 10th pick. And Swin Cash had quite the reaction when she saw the Pelicans did not move up in the lottery. But it's funny you say Cade Cunningham. A lot of the experts do. I know you're obviously very close to the college game, but I mean, is Jalen Suggs a guy that might be closer to being an impactful player in this draft?
Yeah, I mean, depending upon what your needs are. But I talked about that last night. Look, he's not this player, but there's similarities, and I think providing context around that is important. They're Jason Kidd elements to Jalen Suggs, right?
Wait a minute.
6'4", strong guard, can get to where he wants to go all the time. High basketball IQ, can score at will, pretty much based off picking his spots. But he's a bona fide leader. Yeah, so I'm with you on that, Alan. I think he can make an impact on the franchise. Another guy, you'll start hearing his name a ton, Scotty Barnes.
Yes.
The ceiling and upside for him is potentially the best in the draft. I mean, there's like a Giannis length to him, but he's still. We talked about to Leonard Hamilton on our show about it. Still having more guard responsibilities is something that they kind of flirted around with this year, and the talent for him is literally off the charts.
How about what Leonard Hamilton is doing, by the way, down there?
Terrence Mann,
that has become an NBA factory, and it doesn't have to be a top 5 pick. I mean, they are sending guys into the league who are ready to play, and they're not all one and dones.
Because they
doing
defend.
A tremendous job there. Yes,
they defend, and they're two-way players, and you're like, wow, I can get a guy who's 6'5", 6'6", who can defend multiple spots on the floor, but also offensively isn't going to lack the skill set to participate in the offense. That's a dream come true for coaches.
To be useful in some way.
When you think about it, though, Jay, you talk about the top picks in the draft. Jalen Green, what's going to happen with him come draft time? Is it going to be a red flag issue? Because you know the narrative. Oh, he quit on his team, blah, 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 blah.
But he's already played pro ball in the G League.
Yeah. Well, see, I think what happens now is as we're finding out more about college basketball into the future, we have other leagues that are coming about. We have the G League. I think the G League was imperative for guys like Jalen Green this year, who got a chance to have professional training, got a chance to have professional just basketball instruction and learning the pro game, right, for the Unite. And I think that's a huge thing. And Troy Weaver, who is the GM of the Detroit Pistons, gets a chance to spend multiple weeks with players in the G League bubble. So that's not something a lot of GMs or scouts got a chance to do in the college rankings this year because of all the different pandemic restrictions. Whereas at G League, it was a different situation.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see also Evan Mobley from USC I think his game will transfer to the NBA because in college
But he still might need some time. Though.
It was
like that's one I wouldn't want to rush. I'd see, and that's where I have.
That's the college system game. I'm telling you, it's the college system game because I've watched him grow up in Los Angeles.
I know you're close to that.
Seen him, and I'm like,
But
I think he'll be a better pro than
in
he
the
was
right. He's that perfect in the right situation kind of guy, which is why I hate the draft. I hate it. I think it's just you send a kid to a play. No, you got to. There's got to be a better way than the way the draft.
What's a better way?
We got to figure that out. I have ideas, but we don't have enough time for me to go into that. I'm just saying that the problem is a player can go to a place and he could have potential, but if he goes to the wrong place and doesn't have the support system, the coaching, whatever it is around him, he might never reach his potential, and we will lose a player.
But how you gonna fix that? It doesn't matter.
There's ways.
But that's the problem, though, Alan. I mean, if you're going to get drafted high, you're going to a bad team.
Yes,
not always.
Dude,
you're not necessarily
going. Not always. I mean, if you're lucky,
you're going.
If you're James Wiseman, you get lucky to go to Golden State.
Well, okay, but
they're talking about trading James Wiseman potentially.
But think about it,
necessarily going to a bad franchise.
Think about it, though, Jay. Golden State, as much as we love Steph Curry, they were a bad basketball team till he got cooking. They were a bad basketball team.
Yeah, they
were a bad organization.
They were a treadmill team that just never really could build anything.
Not a
and
bad
then they got him and
organization,
Clay. They had a bunch of drafts in a row that set them up. But it
How
just
about Devin
takes
Booker?
That.
Devin Booker to
How
Phoenix.
many places? What are
But
some
that
franchises
changed,
where
man.
high draft picks basically go to just disappear? Orlando. They've had a ton of high draft picks.
But I think that's more organizational than it is.
But that's my point.
Yeah, but you're
But
going
Alan, you're not
somewhere
telling me
and
how
you
you would
just
fix it, Alan.
Well, because we don't
how
have
would
time.
you